All right, so I'm making a really quick recording in the middle of class. We're all working right now because I forgot to push record at the beginning of class. So for those of you that are not here, just want to hit a few things. You will see that our chemistry exam is Thursday, and it's going to be open from 7:30 until 1:30. It is 14 questions and 67 points, so it's pretty much the same amount of points as a regular test. And so you want your review sheet done. If you do the review sheet, you can use it on the exam, and it's going to kind of help you know some information. However, you do not want to say, all right, I'm just going to wait and look everything up for the exam, because you will run out of time. The review sheet is there to kind of help you check, like, oh, I forget the unit for joules or something, so. But you should not be expecting to use the review sheet as like looking things up. You want to make sure you're prepared going into the exam. There is one or maybe two slight thinkers or application questions. I just wanted to make you kind of apply a little bit of knowledge, but the rest should be pretty straightforward off of the review sheet. I took the exam and the review sheet, and the exam and the review sheet. I made sure that everything was on each of those. Then we talked about two things that weren't explicitly on the review sheet that I think you should probably know. But if you want to take the back of the review sheet, has a little white space at the back. If you want to write this down, these are just two things that I think you want to make sure you really go over. And we talked about this in class. Why does something float? It floats or sinks because of its density. Less dense things float and more dense things sink. So if you don't know those, you might want to jot that stuff down. But again, I think it's something we did learn. It will be on the semester exam, but it's not explicitly on the review. So if you want to write that down, go ahead and do that. And then the other thing we spent a little bit of time in class talking about is what is specific heat capacity. And we said the specific heat capacity is how much energy it takes to heat or cool something. So if you think about like metals have a very small specific heat capacity because they heat up very, very quickly. Water has a very high specific heat capacity because it takes a lot of energy to heat it up. So those are just two things that when I wrote the test, I just came to the forefront of my mind that I make sure that you want to remember. I believe they're in the review packet in some semblance, but now they're explicitly on there. So then the other things that we were talking about is you should be done with page 1 and page 2 on the review sheet, because there's 3 review days and 3 pages in the packet. And then we are working on the second one. This is all about thermochem. So my suggestion to you is to get out the Unit 3 notes packet and go ahead and use that to help you. You're doing your definitions. Today's lecture questions, if you would like, use 9 and then 11, and they have some questions off of 14 as well. So thermal energy, temperature, which contains more thermal energy, that's a good one to do. I did one of these examples in class, so make sure you can do the heat equation, make sure you can do some math. Guaranteeing you there is a math question on there for the Q is equal to MC delta T. And then there will be something about spontaneity, entropy, all that kind of good stuff. And here's an example of what you would see on the test as well. So you want to make sure that you know this stuff. Like I said, this is all Unit 3. So you want to make sure you have your Unit 3 packet. If you have any questions, please reach out. We are just spending the time today doing some review for our test, so you are ready for a chemistry semester exam on Thursday. 14 questions, 67 points. Oh, and don't forget to do your lecture questions for Tuesday. Perfect. Thank you, guys.